Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Guru's Academy. This is Miss Amruta. Hope you all are safe at home. You all must have watched my previous videos. If you all like them, do comment, share and subscribe, and if not, do subscribe them now. I have started y'all 6th standard science first lesson, that is natural resources, air, water and land. So we have learned the first main important component, that is air. So students, before starting for today, I had told you all to prepare for a question. What would happen if there were no air on earth? And this question is given in our textbook. So let's see. As we all know, major content of air is oxygen and nitrogen, and it is very important for human beings. But is it important only for human beings? No, it is important for all living things on earth. If there is no air on our Mother Earth, all plants, animals, and human beings would have died. They would not have survived. Along with this, if there is no air, we have learned this in our previous topic, that is the atmosphere. We have seen layers of atmosphere. So, if there is no atmosphere, the harmful ultraviolet rays which are coming from sun, they would directly arrive on our earth, and those are very harmful for all the living organisms on earth. Thus, this is why air is very important for us. So, if you have any more answer for this, do comment and tell me your answers. That is water. Water is very important resources for all of us, isn't it? Have you ever imagined life without water? It would be very difficult. We have been observed in newspaper or news that where we get notification from corporation, there would be no water tomorrow. So what are we supposed to do at this time? We are supposed to prepare for this. Yes, because our every work depends on water. Wherever you go, water is required, isn't it? Now let's see what's given in our textbook. So we have been told to observe how much water is used and for what purpose it is used in your house for a whole day. Record it in a chart like as it is shown here. Discuss that data in a class. Divide the total amount of water it is used in your house by the number of person to find out how much water each person requires. Now, as we are not in class, we cannot discuss it with your other friends, but you need to work on it. Discuss with your mother how much amount of water you all require, so that you all will come to know the total use of water in your house. You will see that it is almost impossible for all of us to spend even a single day without water. As we have discussed this before, I've told you all how water is important and where do we require it. We need to drink 3 to 4 liters of water every day so that all our bodily functions run smoothly. As we all know that our body is mostly composed of water. So, if you drink lots of water, your body will function very smoothly. Other living things also require water, although the amount of water they need may vary according to their size of their body. Have you all seen elephant? It is big in size, so the water he requires is also much. Even the tiger. If you compare this with cat or the small animals, they require less amount of water. So it varies from animal to animal. Similarly, it varies from each person to person. Do you all know if hydrogen gas is burned in air, it combines with oxygen and a water is formed, that is H2O. And we have learned some characteristics of water in our previous standard. Let's see what's given in our lesson. In nature, water occurs in three states. We know this, that is solid, liquid and gases. Have you all ever seen water is having color? No, water does not have any color. It is tasteless and also odorless. Many substances readily dissolve in water. You all must have watched that if you mix anything with water, it gets dissolved in it, and that's the reason why water is said to be universal solvent. Blood of animals and the sap in plants also contain a high proportion of water. No living thing can survive without water, and therefore it is said life water is life. Now let's see what is given next. As we all have learned earlier that most of the earth is covered with water and then land. So we cannot use all water on earth because sea water is salty. Some water is in frozen state and a very small quantity of water is available for drinking. We can observe it from the diagram given over here. That is distribution of water in on earth. So we can see here sea and ocean, it is the large amount of water. That is about 97%. Next we can see groundwater, ice and water in other forms. That is 2.7. You need to write in this box, that is groundwater, then ice and water in other forms. And the remaining part, that is water available for drinking, that is only 0.3%. That means the water which we are available for drinking and fresh water, that is only 0.3%. So you all can imagine what is the amount of water we are having to drinking, yet it is not enough for all living things. What is the question given for us? In what ways is the water in seas and ocean useful even though it is salty? Have you ever think about this question? Now let's see what the answer would be. Seas and ocean, it plays an important part in water cycle process. Do you all know what is water cycle process? We have learned this and we'll be learning in this next point. Then even marine life. Marine life, do you all know marine life under sea water, oceans? Then even fishers, when they go to earn for their bread deep inside the seas and oceans for fishing, we get various types of fishes to eat. Do you all know to where we get oil, CNGs, petrols? This is because there are huge and large wells built between these seas, and then from where we get these oil, petrol and CNG. See, what is this picture given about? We can see here uses of water on earth. What can you all observe from this? Yes, we can see a river is floating from here. But what is this? This is the huge dam built where the water is stopped and then it is given out. Here we can see the river is floating down. But what can we see in between? Yes, we can see that the river water is used for this tank. There is supply taken for this water tank. Then you can also see that it can be used for chemical industries. But what can you all see? We can see that there is the water supply taken for these houses. Then we can also see that the water supply is taken for the farming. Then it is also taken for this small household. I think this must be a small company. Then what can you all see further? We can see that someone is swimming over here. Some of the people are washing their trucks. The ladies are washing their clothes. They're washing their utensils. So from this we can see that there are different uses of water on earth. We use water in large quantity. We have learned that water on earth is regulated, that is, they are controlled through the water cycle. As I've told you that seas and ocean plays an important role for water cycle. Do you all know water cycle process? It is the process through which water evaporates to the clouds, moves up where it precipitates, and as it rains down to snow on the mountains, and then this water is converted into rain, creating the fresh water sources on earth. As we have seen that water is the natural sources, we get water from natural sources like such as streams, rivers, ponds and lakes. To get more water, man also digs wells and bore wells to lift groundwater. And apart from this, man has also constructed bunds and dams for various sizes of rivers. You all must have seen bunds. That is just because we can stop the water there and we can reuse those water. And same is done in the dams. Due to You all know that due to uncontrolled use of water for an increasing population, industries and farming, as there is increasing number of population, we have increased number of industries and also farming, so we are now finding the short supply of water. Water scarcity has became a very serious problem. Let's see what can we do to keep our water safe and how can we use it more. Here are some examples given. First is use water sparingly. Use water sparingly means you are not supposed to use unnecessarily water. Do not waste water. If you are bathing or if you are brushing, keep your tap closed. During bathing, you can use water in a bucket. The next is block water. Let it percolate. That means let water go let water go down in the soil so that we can reuse them. Store water dam sorry, store water wherever it is possible. In large societies you can use rain harvesting program. Reuse water wherever possible. Remember, stored water does not become stale at once. Students, do you all know the Pani Foundation, which has been organized by Amir Khan? What is he doing? He is doing that to block waters. He has been telling to the farmers, to the people to come out and help out. How are we supposed to block the water? How the bunds are to be built up? And this has been really worked and it has been helped to store large number of water. So today we have learned what is the importance of water and how are we supposed to use it. If you like this, do subscribe my channel, and for to learn the next topic, land, please come back again.